All praises to the Most High. This is Brother Elliot. I just wanted to talk to you tonight just about something that's really quick, and it's not going to be long. I just wanted to touch base on the fact that the persecution is real. As we continue to go through and awaken and learn more about our identity, who we are through bloodline as Israelites, just know that things have been turned up. And we have to be able to discern what's true, what's not true, and what teachers are out there and what teachers are teaching truth and which ones are teaching truth but are literally wolves in sheep's clothing. Of course, we see that there is a changing of the guard in the Christian church. One of the iconic figures, and probably a few more to come, is in the process of being brought down. And one thing to know is that the things that we see before us are done on purpose and are planned. I would say 99.99% of the time. So what we see is literally a changing of the guard. This is not necessarily something that has happened organically. This has happened because the time is up. So what is this saying to us? What's happening? Well, we know that the church is drying up. We know attendance is drying up. We know that a lot of people have not been able to connect to church the same way they used to because the truth is out there. And when you go and sit in these churches and the lies are being taught after people's eyes are open, it's going to be a lot harder for people to connect and stay in it. So it's time to transition, as they already have, transition into the ministers who are teaching the truth of the Bible. And just know that the same thing is happening, and probably will happen even more, where the same people who were implanted into the Christian church to control the narrative, to steer people this way or that way, is going to be happening in the truth. And I would say so even more. What I'm seeing in this transition is the fact that something has died, a major icon is died and dying, and now it's time to move on to new things. So I just want you guys to be aware and keep your eyes open as to what could be happening in the future of us moving forward into the truth and being able to follow those people who teach the truth. Because do know that even right now, there's a lot of people out there that seem genuine, that seem to be telling the truth and telling people like it is, but yet they are implants and they are being used by Satan. They have been born to be false teachers and false prophets. Primarily, what I've seen so far is to control the narrative, to control the people. Because the thing is in order for this to happen, which the awakening of people realizing who they are, it's prophetic, and we're right in the middle of it. That's amazing. It's such an awesome time to be alive and to see this. However, if they can't stop the prophecy, one thing they can do is, or try to do at least, is to control the people who are waking up. Have them controlled by certain ministers, ministries, groups, and organizations. And with this being said, I want to just teach you guys, or to just share with you guys my heart to knowing that you cannot connect yourself to man. Even the things that I teach and I share with you guys, I really pray and hope that anybody that I'm connected to, called to pray for under the sound of my voice, really takes the time to get into the word themselves and to delineate the word on their own and allow the Holy Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh, to really lead and guide you in all truth. Because that's what's going to be necessary. Because you're going to see a lot of conflicting things about doctrine. One person believes this, one person believes that, and they seem to both be, very, very, teaching good things, but they'll be completely opposite on certain things, such as who are certain people groups, about biblical marriage, about all certain things. And all these things can cause confusion. And we know that the Most High is not the author of confusion. We know that this stuff is new to a lot of us, and we're trying to figure it out. And, some of it's not new, but now we have to focus on it because it applies to us and we want to be the best we can be as we're working out our salvation. However, we need to be aware that there is a completely new breed of teachers out there. Like, not pastors, but we have people like myself that are just making videos. We have camps and we have so many different things that are out here where people have left the church, but they're getting their teachings from online or videos or writings and certain things like that. And with that happening, we're going to have to be able to discern and delineate the truth of what's being taught. And I'm not saying this is an easy thing to do. As a matter of fact, I'm still myself trying to figure it out, because I'm always learning and I'm always processing information. And even though I've been called to teach, I'm far from, understanding a lot of the stuff that has to do with the truth. But I try not to make it difficult. I try to make things as simple as possible and read the word as it is in order to share it, in order to understand it for myself and teach it, because I do not believe that the Most High is really trying to make this as difficult to understand as possible. But getting off onto that, I just want to say that we just need to consistently be in prayer, use discernment, ask the Most High, pray for him to show us what direction this is going, who the new wolves are in the truth, how we can understand and be able to be better at not being caught up by those people who have been called to corral us and lead us astray. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you that you would be surprised how many people with really big platforms, or even some with not so big platforms, are not who you think they are. They may talk the talk and appear to walk the walk, but they do, unfortunately, work for Satan. And I don't know. I pray that sometimes that these people can go all the way over to the side of truth and the light of the Most High and walk away from that, any covenants that they made. But the Bible already says that there's going to be false prophets among us. And knowing that there's a lot of people who just have to play the role. They just have to play their role as this whole thing works out as we prepare the stage for the return of the Most High Son, Yahshua. So, all that to say is stay connected to the Most High, stay in your word, keep your eyes open, and know that, again, the whole world is a stage, and the things we see before us, the things we see in being torn down so other things can be built back up in this dark system, in this evil matrix, knowing that the things that we see and the things that we're allowed to see aren't always for us and ordained by the Most High. There's a lot of people out there. There's a lot of things out there that are used to try to get us confused, distracted, off track. So I really want to focus on this. Most of this message, I would say, may be for those who are called to teach, to share, to be a minister in some way, which I believe we all are, especially in the truth, because we really need to get this out in the last days. But for those people who are really having the calling to be above a sheep, more of a shepherd, to have that keen eye and that keen sense of discernment to make sure that you're not thrown off or getting caught up into some of the traps that we fell into. Many of us fell into in the Christian church, if we were involved in that beforehand or not. So all praises. This is Brother Elliot. I pray that you guys are blessed and touched. And until next time, peace.